In this video, we are going to discuss a question paper, physics question paper explanation. First one, go through the first question once. A magnetic flux linked with the coil is given by the equation phi equal to 8t square plus 3t plus 5. So here phi is given as 8t square plus 3t plus 5. Now what we have to calculate? Induced EMF. So induced EMF formula is minus d phi by dt. Now take derivative for this one. For t square derivative 2t, 3t derivative 1 plus 5 equal to minus 16t plus 3. So here phi derivative is 0. 16t plus 3. Now he is asking about induced EMF at 4th second. Induced EMF at 4th second we need to calculate. Now substitute 4 here. 16 into 4 plus 3 equal to minus 67. So answer is a 5. So induced EMF equal to minus d phi by dt. Now take derivative of this one. T square derivative is 2t, 3t derivative 3 only, 5 derivative 0. Now he is asking about induced EMF at 4th second. Now for that one, substitute t equal to 4. Then you will get the answer. Next, the direction of induced EMF is given by Lenz's law. Lenz's law gives only direction of the induced EMF. Next, in a coil of area 10 centimeter square, that means the area is given as 10 into 10 power minus 4 meter square and 10 turns. So number of turns given as 10. Next, so magnetic field directed perpendicular to the plane and changing at a rate 10 power 8 Gauss per second. That means dV by dt is given as 10 power 8 Gauss means 10 power minus 4 Tesla per second. So to convert Gauss we need to use 10 power minus 4 also. Next, so resistance of the coil R is given as 20. So induced current we have to calculate. Induced EMF formula 10 into A into dV by dt. Induced current is E by R, that equal to so NA by R into dV by dt. Now substitute the values. So number of turns 10, area 10 into 10 power minus 4 by resistance 20. dV by dt, so 10 power 4. Solve this one further. Then this is 10 power minus 2 and this one is the 10 power 2. 10 power minus 4, 10 power minus 4 will cancel out. 100 by 20. 5 amperes. 5 ampere is the answer. Next one, a coil has 200 turns and area is area of 70 centimeter square. The magnetic field perpendicular to the plane of the coil is 0.3 Weber per meter square. It takes 0.1 seconds to rotate through 180 degrees. Then value of induced EMF will be. Now, so here also we need to calculate induced EMF. Now, so it is rotating through an angle 180, so that we need to write induced EMF in terms of angle. So N dA into dV by dt of cos theta. Cos theta 1 minus cos theta. Now substitute the values. So number of turns 2000. That means 2 into 10 power 3. Magnetic field value 0.3. Area 70 centimeter square. 70 into 10 power minus 4 meter square into cos initial angle is 0 minus cos 180. Final angle is 180 and time taken. This is time taken. Time taken is 0.3 1 second. Now solve this one further. 2 into 70 into 10 power minus 1 into 0.3 into cos 0, 1 plus 1 by 0.1. So 2 into 7 into 3 into 2. So you will get 84 volts. Now go through the next one. Next question. A 10-meter wire kept in east-west falling with velocity 5 meter per second. So velocity is given as a 5 meter per second. Perpendicular to the magnetic field 0.3 into 10 power minus 4 Weber. That means magnetic field also given. 10-meter wire. That means this is nothing but length of the wire L. So 3 quantities are given. Now, what is the induced EMF? So this is nothing but a motional EMF concept. Induced EMF equal to BLE. Substitute the values directly. 0.3 into 10 power minus 4. Length is 10 meter. Velocity is 5 meter per second. So 3 into 5, 15 into 10 power minus 4 volt. So 15 or 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 volt. Minus 3 means milli. So 1.5 millivolt. Second option is the correct one. Next. A copper disc of radius 0.1 meter. That means this is a radius R and it rotates 10 revolutions per second. That means omega equal to 10 revolutions means 10 into 2 pi radian per second. 10 into 2 pi radian per second. Revolutions are given, so that we need to convert into radians. So that 10 into 2 pi. In a uniform magnetic field, 0.1 Tesla, that is nothing but a magnetic field P, and that is perpendicular to the field. Then EMF induced across the radius of the disc. So induced EMF, so 1 by 2 B into L square omega. So if it is due to rotation, this is the formula. Now substitute the values. 1 by 2 into 0.1 into length whole square, 0.1 whole square into omega 10 into 2 pi is equal to 1 by 2 into 0.1, 0.1 whole square. Nothing but 10 power minus 3. This is so 2 get cancelled out 10 pi. That is 10 power minus 2 pi. Pi into 10 power minus 2. Next one. The average induced EMF in a coil in which the current changes from 2 ampere to 4 ampere in 0.5 seconds is 8 volt. So EMF is given and time taken is given. So final current I2 is given. So this is nothing but I2. And I1 also given. So what we have to calculate? Self-inductance L value. What is the relation between these quantities? Induced EMF across the inductor minus L into di by dt, or E equal to L into I2 minus I1 by T. Substitute the values. Induced EMF is 8 volt. L you have to calculate. I2 minus I1. 4 minus 2. Time taken 0.05 by 0.05. Cancel this one 4 times. Then L equal to 4 into 0.05. That equal to 0.2 Henry. Second option is the correct one. Next one. Next question. The energy stored in 50 millihenry inductor carrying a current of 4 amperes will be. So energy stored. So this question asked in previous 2 years also. Directly, this type of question only asked. So energy stored in inductor formula 1 by 2 Li square, half Li square. Substitute directly. 1 by 2. L value is 50 millihenry. Milli means 10 power minus 3 Henry. What is the value of current? 4 amperes. 4 ampere whole square. This can be written as 50 into 10 power minus 3 into 16 by 2. So 8 times 400. 0.4 joules. Next one. The ratio of thermal conductivity of two rods of different material is 5:4. Ratio of thermal conductivity is K1 by K2 is given as 5 by 4. Next, two rods of same area of cross section. So area of cross section of first rod is same as the area of cross section of second rod. A1 equal to A2. Next, same thermal resistance. Same thermal resistance R1 equal to R2. Then we'll have the lengths are in the ratio. We need to calculate a length ratio. L1 by L2 is how much? We have to calculate this one. Now, thermal resistance formula L by Ka. So L1 by K1 into A1 equal to L2 by K2 into A2. So areas are same, so that you can cancel area on both sides. Cancel area. Now, so length ratio can be written as L1 by L2 equal to K1 by K2. Five by 4. Same answer. Next, dimensional formula of thermal resistance. So thermal resistance dimensional formula is M power minus 1, L power minus 2, T power 3 and K. First option. Next, temperature gradient of the rod of 0.5 meter length. Length is given as 0.5 meter. So temperature gradient means delta theta or delta T by length is given as 80 degrees centigrade per meter. If the temperature of the hotter end is 30 degrees Celsius, that means this is a temperature T1. Then temperature of the colder end, T2 is how much? So temperature of the colder end means that is nothing but T. So now what is the temperature gradient? Temperature gradient means temperature by change in temperature by length, or T2 minus T1 by length. So what is the value of temperature gradient? Means T1 is given as 30 minus T2. This is also 30 minus T2. Then T2 equal to 30 minus 40. Minus 10 degrees Celsius. Next one. A black body of at a temperature 200 Kelvin found to emit maximum energy at a wavelength 14 micrometer. When the temperature is raised to 1000 Kelvin, wavelength at which maximum energy emitted is. What is the relation between temperature and wavelength? So this is the temperature T1. This is temperature T2. Here wavelength lambda 1. We need to calculate lambda 2. So lambda 2 is how much? What is the relation between temperature and wavelength from Wien's displacement law? So lambda into T is constant. Lambda 1 T1 equal to lambda 2 T2. Substitute the values and rearrange for lambda 2. Lambda 2 equal to lambda 1 into T1 by T2. So what is the value of lambda 1? 14 micrometer. T1 is 200. T2 is 1000. Equal to 14 by 5 micrometer. So 2.8 micrometer. Third option is the correct one. Next, 4 pieces of iron heated in a furnace to different temperatures shows different colors as listed below. then which one having highest temperature? Means displacement lambda maximum into temperature equal to constant. That means lambda is inversely proportional to temperature. Lambda is nothing but color. So wavelength is inversely proportional to temperature. Wavelength తక్కువ ఉంటే టెంపరేచర్ ఎక్కువ ఉన్నట్టు. సో వీటిలో వేవ్లెంత్ తక్కువ ఉన్నది ఏంటి? సో వెబ్జిఆర్ లో హైయెస్ట్ వేవ్లెంత్ ఇది, నెక్స్ట్ ఇది, నెక్స్ట్ ఇది. సో లీస్ట్ దేనికి ఉంటుంది? వైట్ కి వేవ్లెంత్ లీస్ట్ ఉంటుంది, లీస్ట్ వేవ్లెంత్. సో దట్ సో వైట్ వచ్చిందంటే హైయెస్ట్ టెంపరేచర్ ఉన్నట్టు, లీస్ట్ వేవ్లెంత్ అండ్ కరస్పాండింగ్ టు హైయెస్ట్ టెంపరేచర్. అదే రెడ్ అయితే సో మాక్సిమం వేవ్లెంత్ అండ్ లీస్ట్ టెంపరేచర్. అంటే ఫర్నెస్ లో కలర్స్ బట్టి మనం టెంపరేచర్ చెప్పొచ్చు. సో కలర్స్ బట్టి టెంపరేచర్ ఎలా చెప్తాం? వీన్స్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ లా నుంచే. సో వేవ్ లెంత్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటే టెంపరేచర్ తక్కువ ఉంటుంది. సో టెంపరేచర్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటే వేవ్ లెంత్ తక్కువ ఉంటుంది, ఇన్వర్స్లీ ప్రపోర్షనల్. సో ఆన్సర్ ఈజ్ ఏ వైట్ కలర్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, ఈ మెటల్ బాల్ ఆఫ్ సర్ఫేస్ ఏరియా 200 centimeter square. So area is given as 200 centimeter square. So 200 into 10 power minus 4 meter square. Next. So temperature is 527. So let it be T1. 527 plus 273 is equal to 600, 800 Kelvin. Surrounded by a vessel at 27 degrees centigrade. So surrounding temperature 300 Kelvin. 27 degrees means in terms of Kelvin 300. Emissivity is 0.4. E is small is given as 0.4. Then rate of heat, loss of heat from the metal is. So answer in terms of joules. What is the formula? Q by A into T equal to E into sigma into T power 4 minus T naught power 4. Use the formula. Energy radiated per unit area per unit time is equal to sigma into T power 4 minus T naught power 4. Now substitute the values and rearrange. So Q by T equal to. So take this area to this side. A into sigma into T power 4 minus T naught power 4. So E value 0.4. Area 2 into 10 power minus 2. Sigma 5.67 into 10 power minus 8. So T power 4, that means 800 whole power 4 minus 300 whole power 4. This is the Q by T value. Solve this one further. Then you will get 182 joules. Next problem, the rate of radiation of a black body at 0 degrees Celsius is E joule per second. Then rate of radiation of this same black body at 273 degrees centigrade. So rate of radiation related to temperature. That means E is equal to sigma into T power 4. So E1 by E2 or E2 by E1 can be written as T2 by T1 whole power 4. So E2 equal to E1 into T2 by T1 whole power 4. So what is the value of E1? E. So T2 by T1. T2 273. 273 means 273 degrees centigrade. Now in terms of Kelvin plus 273 have to add 273 plus 273 by this is 0 degrees Celsius means only 273 Kelvin power 4. So E into 2 power 4 16 E. Next important model, hot water cools from 60 degrees centigrade to 50 degrees centigrade in first 10 minutes and 42 degrees in the next 10 minutes. Then temperature of the surrounding is. Now write down the equation for this one. So change in temperature is how much? 60 minus What is the formula here? Which formula we need to use? That is the Newton's law of cooling we need to use. What is the formula for that? Theta 2 minus theta 1 by T equal to some constant into theta 1 plus theta 2 by 2 minus theta naught. Here theta naught is the surrounding temperature. Here theta naught is the surrounding temperature. Theta 1, theta 2 are the two temperatures. So substitute the value. Substitute these values in this one. Then 60 minus 50 by 10 minutes equal to constant into 60 plus 50 by 2 minus theta naught we don't know. So what is the value of this one? 10 by 10 equal to constant into, so 60 plus 50 by 2, 55 minus theta naught. So let it be equation number 1. Now apply the same condition for this one also. So here it reaches 42 degrees. From which temperature? From 50 to 42. Now temperature decreases from 50 to 42 degrees in next 10 seconds. Write down the equation for that. What is the theta 2 value there? 42. So 50 and 42. 50 minus 42 by time taken is how much? 10. K into 50 plus 42 by 2 minus theta naught. Now how much it is? 8 by 10. 8 by 10 equal to some constant into, this is 46 minus theta. So let it be equation number 2. Solve equation 1 and 2, then you will get the answer. Now take ratio between 1 and 2, 1 by 2. 1 by 2. So the denominator 10 and 10 will cancel out. So then you will get 10 by 8. K and K will cancel out. 55 minus theta naught by 46 minus theta. This is 4 times 5 times. 5 into 46 minus theta naught. 4 into 55 minus theta. Theta naught we got as 10 degrees centigrade. Now, next one, same model. This is also same model, but here he is asking about temperature. These are the important models in the radiation concept. So Stephen's law of radiation or Wien's displacement law or Newton's law of cooling. So in these three, they may ask one question directly. So try to apply same equation for this one. Here 80 to 60, that is in 1 minute. 1 minute means 80 minus 60 by 1 minute means 60 seconds. Some constant into 80 plus 60 by 2 minus theta naught. So this is equal to 20 by 60 equal to K into 70 minus theta naught. So this is equation 1. Now, so after that 60 to 50 is asking. So 60 minus 50 by time t equal to some constant into 60 plus 50 by 2 minus theta naught. Now, this can be written as 10 by t equal to K into 55 minus theta naught. This is equation 2. Take ratio between this one and this one. Ratio between these two, then you will get the answer as 50 seconds. Or take ratio. So this one by this one. 20 by 60 by 10 by t. So this is t by 10. This side kk will get cancelled out. 70 minus theta naught. This one 55 minus theta naught. So t by 30 equal to 70 minus theta naught. So theta naught also given. 30 degrees. Substitute that one also. So 55 by theta, 55 minus theta. So theta naught value is 30, so that it is 40 by 25. This is T by 30. So solve this one further. T equal to 40 into 30 by 25. So 5 times, 6 times. This one 8 times, 48. 48 seconds is the answer. So near answer is 50. So take the answer as 50 seconds. Because this is very near to this one. 48 we got. Next. Next question. Heat given to the system is 35 joules and work done by the system is 15 joules. The change in internal energy of the system. So heat given to the system, that means dq is plus 35. Given next work done by the system. So that work dW equal to plus 15 joules. That is a given. So from first law of thermodynamics, dq equal to du plus dw. Substitute the values directly. So this is plus 35, du plus 15. So du equal to 35 minus 15. That equal to 20 joules. Second option is the correct one. Next. Work done on or by the gas in general depends on initial state, final state, both initial and final state, final state and path also. So this is path dependent also. Work done is a path dependent. Means you may get positive sign or negative sign based on path. Based on path, you may get either positive or negative sign. So that it should be a path dependent. Work done is a path dependent. It depends on initial final states as well as path also. Next, isothermal bulk modulus at pressure P is. So bulk modulus is directly is equal to pressure P only in isothermal processor. But in adiabatic processor, gamma P. Here is asking about isothermal only. Isothermal means gamma equal to bulk modulus K equal to P only. This is for isothermal. For adiabatic, we have to select gamma P for adiabatic. So here first option is the correct one. Next, the thermodynamic process in which temperature T of the system remains constant. Temperature constant process means isothermal only. Isothermal process means there is a temperature constant process. So isothermal process. Next one. The pressure in the tire of a car is 4 times that of atmospheric pressure, 300 Kelvin. If this tire suddenly bursts, then new temperature will be. So sudden burst means which concept we need to consider adiabatic process. In adiabatic process, we need to relate temperature and which one? So here one temperature is given and other quantity is there. That is pressure in the tire is 4 times the atmospheric pressure. So P1 equal to 4 times the atmospheric pressure, 4 atm. Next, after bursting, then pressure is equal to 1 atmosphere. What is the temperature T1? T1 equal to 300 Kelvin. We have to calculate T2. T2 equal to how much? Now, what is the relation between pressure and temperature in the adiabatic process? In the adiabatic process, what is the relation between pressure and temperature? Temperature power gamma, pressure power 1 minus gamma equal to constant. Or pressure power 1 minus gamma. Try to solve this one. Substitute and solve. Substitute and solve, then you will get the answer. Now, what we have to calculate? New temperature T2 we have to calculate. So T2 power gamma equal to P1 power gamma into P1 by P2 whole power 1 minus gamma. So T1 is how much? 300. So 300. So now cancel gamma on both sides first. First cancel gamma on both sides. So T2 equal to T1 into T1 by T2 into 1 minus gamma by gamma. Just I am cancelling gamma this side and this side. Then you will get this equation. Then T2 equal to, what is the value of T1? 300. So P1 by P2, that is 4 whole power. So 1 minus gamma, 1 minus 1.4 by 1.4. So 300 whole power, 4 whole power, this is a minus 0.4 by 1.4. So fourth option is the correct. So here sudden burst is there, so that we need to consider that one as a adiabatic. Sudden process are completely comes under adiabatic only. Slow process are isothermal. Isothermal process is very slow. Quick process all are comes under adiabatic only. Next one, a monoatomic gas gamma equal to 5/3 is suddenly compressed to 1/8 of its volume adiabatically. Then pressure of the gas will change it. Change in pressure is asked. So volume is given, pressure. We need to relate volume and pressure. So in adiabatic process PV power gamma equal to constant. Or even V1 power gamma equal to P2 V2 power gamma. So what we have to calculate? Second pressure P2 we need to calculate. P2 equal to P1 into V1 by V2 whole power gamma. So what is the value of P1? So here I didn't mention about P1. What about volume? Suddenly compressed 1/8 of its volume. That means V2 equal to V1 by 8. Whole power gamma is 5/3. So P1 into 8 whole power 5/3. Or this can be written as P2 equal to P1 into 8 can be written as 2 cube. 2 cube whole power 5/3. 3 and 3 will get cancelled out. P1 into 2 power 5. That equal to 32 into P1. 32 times the initial pressure. Pressure temperature relationship in adiabatic process. Either this one or this one. So this is the correct answer. T power 1 minus gamma into T power gamma. T power 1 minus gamma into T power gamma is the constant. Next. Go through the next question once. A Carnot engine working between 300 and 400 Kelvin has a work output 800 joules per cycle. Then, what is the amount of heat energy supplied to the engine from the source per cycle? So this is nothing but T1. This is T1. This one is T2. The work output is W. He is asking about what is the heat amount supplied to the engine. So heat amount supplied to the engine means that is nothing but Q1 is asking. Efficiency formula 1 minus T2 by T1, that equal to, so W by Q1. Use this formula. So 1 minus 600 by 300 equal to W is 800 by Q1. 0.5 equal to 800 by Q1. Then Q1 equal to 1600 joule per cycle. So both option is the correct one. Next question. The Carnot engine absorbs an amount Q from reservoir at absolute temperature T and reject heat to the sink at temperature T by 3. So this is nothing but T1. This is a T2. So he is asking about amount of heat rejected. That means he is asking about Q2. And what is this in Q? The Carnot engine absorbs amount Q1. So Q1 is Q, T1 is T, T2 is T by 3. He is asking about Q2. Now what is the relation? T2 by T1 equal to Q2 by Q1. Substitute directly. T by 3 by T equal to Q2. We need to calculate. Q1 is given as Q. So Q equal to Q2 equal to Q by 3. Second option is the correct. Next, SI unit of universal gravitational constant. So SI unit universal gravitational constant. From PV equal to nRT, try to write SI unit. From equation PV equal to nRT. Or internal energy, change in internal energy equal to, so NCV delta T. From this one also you can write. So joule, mole. It is better to write from PV equal to nRT. Kelvin. So for CV, joule by mole dot Kelvin. Because the Cp minus Cv equal to R, na Cp, Cv and R having same dimensional formula. So this one is the, just I am writing from a basic change in internal energy equation. Or we can write that one from P equal to nRT also. From PV equal to nRT also we can write. PV is nothing but work done only, na nRT. Then R equal to work done by N into T. Work done joules, number of moles, mole is the SI unit, temperature Kelvin. Joule by mole dot Kelvin. Either this one or that one you can use. Next. E, M, L and G denotes energy, mass, angular momentum and gravitational constant. Then dimensions of E, L square, M power 5, G square. Now substitute each and every dimensional formula in that equation. Substitute energy, angular momentum, mass, gravitational constant, dimensional formulas. Then you will get no dimensional formula. You will get M power 0, L power 0, T power 0. Just substitute and solve. Then you will get like that. That means that is the dimensional formula for angle. Next. Go through the next one. Velocity v of a particle. So in a given terms of time t seconds by relation v equal to at plus b by t plus c. Then dimensions of a, b, c are. So here if equal to symbol is there or addition, subtraction or equal to symbol is there, then they should have same dimensional formula. And మనం ఈక్వల్ చేసినా యాడ్ చేసినా సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేసినా వాటికి ఎలా ఉండాలి డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా సేమ్ డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా ఉండాల్సిందే. సో ఎడిషన్ సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేసినా ఎడిషన్ అంటే ఈక్వల్ చేసినా వేరు యాడ్ చేసినా సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేసినా ఒకే డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా ఉండాలి. సో హియర్ v అండ్ at ని ఏం చేసాం ఈక్వల్ చేసాం. సో దట్ దే షుడ్ హ్యావ్ సేమ్ డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా v ఈక్వల్ టు at. v డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా l t పవర్ మైనస్ 1 a into t dimensional formula t. So a equal to l t power minus 2 is the dimensional formula. Dimensional formula for a is take this for t to this side, then l t power minus 2. So l t power minus 2, only one option is there for a. l t power minus 2 one option on the a ki okate undi. Next. So c and t ఏమైంది యాడ్ చేసి ఉన్నాయి చూడండి. c and t డైరెక్ట్ గా యాడ్ చేసి ఉన్నాయి. సో దట్ c and t have same dimensional formula. రెండు యాడ్ చేసామంటే సేమ్ డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా ఉండాల్సిందే. అంటే c కి t కి ఒకే డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా. నౌ వాట్ అబౌట్ b? b కి ఎలా సాల్వ్ చేస్తాం? సో బీకి సాల్వ్ చేయాలన్నప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాం అంటే వెలాసిటీని ఈక్వల్ చేసి డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా ఫర్ వెలాసిటీ ఈక్వల్ టు బి బై టీ. సో ఎల్ టీ పవర్ -1 ఈక్వల్ టు బి బై టీ. సో ఎల్ టీ పవర్ -1 ఇంటూ టీ ఈక్వల్ టు బి. సో ఎల్ ఈక్వల్ టు బి. సో డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా ఫర్ బి ఈజ్ ఎల్. ఎలా చేసాం మనం? సో ఫస్ట్ బిని దీన్ని ఈక్వల్ చేయాలి అంటే డైరెక్ట్ గా కాదు, వీ కెన్ ఈక్వేట్ డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములాలో ఈక్వల్ చేసేయచ్చు. లేదంటే యాడ్ చేసాక ఏటీని బి బై టీ ప్లస్ సిని ఈ రెండు ఈక్వల్ చేయొచ్చు. సో ఆన్సర్ ఈజ్ 5. నెక్స్ట్, dimensions of a by b in the equation a minus t square by bx. P equal to a minus t square by bx, where p is pressure, x is the distance. So here also same rule, a and t square subtraction is there, a minus t square subtraction. So a and t square dimensional formula is same. So dimensional formula for a is a t square only. So now equate these two. So pressure equal to, so a and t square dimensional formula same hai na, so that t square by bx we can write. Pressure dimensional formula, force by area. Force dimensional formula ml t power -2 by l square equal to t square dimensional formula t square. So b into x dimensional formula l. Now rearrange, cancel this, cancel similar terms. So l and 1l get cancelled out. So t power -2, there is no chance. Now rearrange. So b equal to l t square by m l t power -2. Solve this one further. So l we get cancel out. So m power -1 t power 4. So this is the dimensional formula for b. What we have to calculate? We need to calculate dimensional formula for a by b. Dimensional formula of a by b. So a dimensional formula is t square, b dimensional formula m power -1 t power 4. So this is m power 1 t power -2. First option. Here pressure on a square plate is measured by measuring force on the plate and length of the sides of the plate. Then maximum error in the measurement of force, length are 4% and 2%. Then maximum error in the measurement of pressure. What is the basic formula pressure? Pressure in terms of force by area. Area is nothing but length whole square only. Now percentage change in pressure can be written as a percentage change in force plus 2 into change in length by initial. So for this one, if you apply percentage changes rule, so delta p by p equal to delta f by f 2 into delta l by l. What is the value of percentage change in force? 4%. 2 into percentage change in length 2%. So this is equal to 8%. This is the final answer. Next one. While measuring acceleration due to gravity by simple pendulum, a student makes a positive error 1% in the length. 1% in length. Next, a negative error 3% in the time period. 3% in the time period. Then percentage error in G. What is the formula for time period? Time period equal to 2 pi root L by G. Then P square equal to 4 pi square into L by G. Now G can be written as 4 pi square into L by T square. This is the formula for G. Now apply percentage condition, percentage change rule. Then you will get delta G by G equal to delta L by L plus 2 into delta T by T. So for constant, no need to write the percentage change. So delta L by L percent, length for change in percent 1 plus 2 into change in time period 3%. So whether it is increase or decrease, directly you have to substitute. So 1 plus 6, nothing but 7%. 7% is the answer. So ఇది డినామినేటర్ లో t స్క్వేర్ ఉన్నా న్యూమరేటర్ లో t స్క్వేర్ ఉన్నా ఇక్కడ ప్లస్ రాస్తాం, మైనస్ రాయాలి. డినామినేటర్ లో ఉందని ఇక్కడ మైనస్ రాదు, ఇక్కడ పవర్ లో ఎంత ఉంటే అది మల్టిప్లై చేస్తాం. సో దిస్ ఆల్సో ఇంపార్టెంట్ మోడల్. Percentage error calculation is the very important model. Next, at what temperature Celsius and Fahrenheit readings are same? What is the relation between Fahrenheit scale and Celsius scale? 9C/5 plus 32 equal to Fahrenheit. This is a conversion. So answer is in Celsius. So Celsius scale and Fahrenheit scale are equal. So C equal to 9C/5 plus 32. Because I am writing at what temperature centigrade and Fahrenheit scale readings are same. In Celsius, he is asking in Celsius. So that just I am writing Fahrenheit in terms of Celsius. Now here in this one. So C minus 32 equal to 9C/5. Cross multiply. 5C minus 5 into 32. Equal to 9C. Then, so minus 5 into 32 equal to 4C. Then C equal to minus 40. Minus 40 degrees Celsius. Next one. If a thermometer reads a freezing point of water as 20 degrees centigrade, boiling point of water as 150 degrees centigrade, how much the thermometer read when actual temperature is 60 degrees centigrade? So here what formula we need to use? So temperature in system X, lower limit temperature by, so upper limit minus lower limit. Fixed point temperature or fixed point temperature equal to in system B or Y, lower fixed point temperature by, so upper fixed point temperature minus lower fixed point temperature. So for a thermometer, using freezing point of water as 20 degrees centigrade. So for this one, least temperature is 20. Highest temperature is 150. So upper limit is 150, lower limit 20. Now, what about normal temperatures? Normal temperatures, lower limit is 0. So upper limit is 100. 100 minus 0. So here I gave that actual temperature is 60 degrees centigrade. So actual temperature means that is a temperature in normal values 60. Now solve this one. So x minus 20 by 130 equal to 60 by 100. 6 by 10. Cross multiply. So 10x minus 200 equal to 780. So 10x equal to 980. X equal to 98. Next, an iron bar of length 10 meter. That means length is given as 10 meter. Heated from 0 to 100 degrees centigrade. Delta T equal to 100 degrees centigrade. 100. And the coefficient of linear expansion alpha. Alpha is 10 into 10 power minus 6 per degree centigrade. Then increase in length of the bar. So increase in length formula delta L equal to L alpha delta T. Direct substitution only. So length is 10 meter. Alpha 10 into 10 power minus 6, change in temperature 100. So how much it is? So 10, 10, 100, 100. So 10 power minus 2 meter or 1 centimeter. Second option is the correct one. Direct substitution. Next. So 80 grams of water at 30 degrees centigrade poured on large block of ice at 0 degrees centigrade. Then the mass of ice that melts. So heat lost by water equal to heat lost by heat gained by ice. From another mixer, heat lost by hot body equal to heat gained by cold body. So heat lost by water pass into specific heat of water into change in temperature. 30 minus 0. So just ice is going to melt, so that mass of ice into latent heat of fusion of ice. Substitute the values. So mass of water is how much? 80 grams. Specific heat of water in Celsius units 130. So mass of ice we need to calculate. So latent heat of fusion 80. So then mass of ice is equal to 31. So this 80 and this one cancel out. So mass of ice is equal to 30 grams. First option is the correct. Next, 50 grams of copper is heated to increase the temperature by 10 degrees centigrade. If the same quantity of heat is given to 10 grams of water, then rising temperature is. Specific heat of copper is 420. So here also same logic, heat lost by hot body equal to heat gained by cold body. So mass of copper, specific heat of copper into change in temperature of copper is 10 degrees centigrade. And so mass of water, specific heat of water, change in temperature. Substitute the values. Mass of copper is 50 grams. So here specific heat is in terms of joules, so that we need to write this one in terms of SI units. 10 power minus 3 kgs. Specific heat is given as 420 into 10 equal to mass of water is 10 grams. 10 into 10 power minus 3. Specific heat of water is 4200 joules per kg per Kelvin in SI units. 420 joule per kg dot Kelvin also there. To change in temperature we have to. Now cancel similar terms. So 420 into 10, 4200 will cancel. 10 power minus 3, 10 power minus 3 will cancel. This 10 in this one 5 times. So 5 equal to delta T. First option. Next one, a waterfall is 84 meter high. If the half of the potential energy of the falling water get converted into heat, then rising temperature of the water will be. So what is the potential energy? mgh, that is converted into, if the all of the energy converted into heat, then we can write it as ms delta T. But only half of the potential energy is converted, so that 1 by 2 into mgh we need to write. Now cancel similar terms, mass will get cancelled out. So gh by 2 equal to specific heat into change in temperature. Change in temperature equal to gh by 2 into specific heat. So what is the g value? 9.8. What is the height? 84 meter by 2 into specific heat of water 4200. So 9.8 into 84 by 8400 is equal to 9.8 by 100. 0.098 is the option. Next one. 1 mole of monoatomic ideal gas mixed with 1 mole of diatomic gas, then molar specific heat of the mixer. So molar specific heat of the mixer is so N1 C1 plus N2 C2 by N1 plus N. So 1 mole of, so here 1 mole, so N1 is 1 and N2 also 1. So 1 into C1, 1 into C2 by 1 plus 1. So what about C1 and C2? Specific heat at constant volume. This is monoatomic gas. Monoatomic gas means 3 by 2. Next one is diatomic gas, 5 by 2. Into R also there. 3 by 2 or 5 by 2 R. So how much it is? So 3 by 2, 3 plus 5 by 2. 8 by 2. So 8 by 2 by 2 into R. 2R. So here he is asking about molar specified constant volume. So that constant volume or specified constant volume for monoatomic gas is 3 by 2. Specified constant volume for diatomic gas is 5 by 2 R. Direct substitution. Next. When the temperature of the gas is raised from 27 degrees centigrade to 90 degrees centigrade, then percentage increase in RMS velocity. So VRMS, what is the formula? Square root of 3RT by M. So V1 by V2 equal to square root T2 by T1. What is the final temperature? 90 plus 273. Initial 27 plus 273 is equal to square root of 360. 1.21, that equal to 1.1. So V1 by V2 equal to 1.1. So how much increase is there? This 0.1 increase is there. What is the increase? How much is the increase? Delta V equal to 0.1 meter per second. So 1.1 is the answer. So that how much is the increase? 0.1 is the increase. Percentage 10%. 0.1 means fraction is 0.1 means percentage is 10%. So first start. Next, go through the next one. Next, try to solve this one. RMS velocity of gas at certain temperature is root 2 times the oxygen molecule at the temperature. So temperature is constant. Then what is the gas? So RMS, VRMS of one gas is equal to root 2 times the VRMS of oxygen. That is given. Temperature is same. So VRMS formula 3RT by M. VRMS equal to square root 3RT by M. So temperature constant, R constant, 3 constant. So only inversely proportional to M. So 1 by root mass of the gas equal to root 2 into 1 by square root mass of the oxygen. Now 1 by mass of the gas is equal to 2 into 1 by mass of oxygen. Mass of the gas equal to mass of the oxygen by 2. So what is the value of oxygen mass? Molar mass. So 16 is correspond to not this one, not this one. So either these two. So this is also not correct. So this one. 16. So 12 for carbon and 4 for hydrogen. Next one. Pressure and temperature of ideal gas in a closed vessel are 720 kilopascal and 40 degrees centigrade. If 1/4 of the gas is released from the vessel, here volume is not going to change. Volume constant ga undi ikkada. 1/4 release chestam. 1/4 release chesthe 3/4 of the gas untadi. Ante mass maarutundi ante volume maaratla. Then temperature of the remaining gas is 353 degrees centigrade. Then final pressure is. So use PV equal to nRT. Volume is constant, na? So remove this one. R also constant. So P1 by P2 equal to, so N1 by N2 into T1 by T2. So N1 by N2. So N1 is N, N2 is 1/4 is removed. So that 3/4 is remaining. Na? So 3/4 of N. T1 40 degrees, 273 plus 40. T2 273 plus 353. P1 by P2. P1 is 720 kilopascal by P2 you have. solve this one further. Solve this one, then you will get P2 as so 1080 kilopascal. Second option. Next, if the RMS velocity of the gas at a given temperature is 300 meter per second, so what will be the RMS velocity of the gas having twice the molecular weight, half of the temperature on Kelvin square? So what is the formula for VRMS? VRMS equal to square root 3RT by M. So V1 by V2. So if 3R is constant, what about the molecular weight and temperature? Equal to square root T1 by T2 into M2 by M1. So what is the value of V1? 300 by V2 equal to square root. So what about temperature? Temperature is half of the initial one. So temperature T1, T2 is T1 by 2. Next, what about masses? Mass is twice the molecular weight. So 2m1 by m1. 300 by V2 is equal to square root 2 into 2. So V2 equal to 300 by root 4, 150 meter per second. Next, the ratio of specific heats of gas heats Cp by Cv for CO. CO means diatomic or monoatomic? Diatomic or monoatomic? Diatomic. Diatomic molecule. So diatomic molecule gamma value 7 by 4, 7 by 5. 7 by 5 means 1.4. Next, the pressure cooker contains 1 atmosphere at 30 degrees centigrade. If the safety valve of the cooler blows when inside pressure is greater than 3 atmosphere, then maximum temperature of the air inside the cooler. So this is P1. This one is P2. Here is temperature T1. We need to calculate T2. So which process we need to consider? Just consider the ideal gas equation. T1 by T1 equal to T2 by T2. Then T2 equal to P2 by P1 into T1. So what is the value of P2? 3. T1 1. T1 273 plus 5. You have to substitute in kelvins only, not in degrees. So 3 into, so this is a 303. 909 degrees centigrade, or in terms of Kelvin, 909 minus 273. This is equal to how much? 6, 3, so 636 degrees centigrade. 636 degrees centigrade. Next. Light is an electromagnetic wave. Its speed in vacuum is given by. So electromagnetic wave velocity of electromagnetic wave. This one. C equal to 1 by square root mu naught epsilon naught. Next. Electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature is evident by polarization only. Because polarization is only for transverse wave, not for longitudinal waves. Here interference, reflection, diffraction, all these three are valid for both longitudinal and transverse. But polarization is valid for only transverse wave. Transverse waves polarization concept ఉంటుంది. So ఈ మూడు వచ్చేసి రెండింటికి ఉంటాయి, longitudinal waves ఉంటే transverse waves ఉంటాయి. So what is the evidence for electromagnetic waves? That is a transverse wave. What is the evidence? Polarization. Next one. E and B are electric and magnetic field vectors in electromagnetic wave, then direction of propagation of EB is along. Electromagnetic wave propagation is perpendicular to both electric and magnetic field. So direction of propagation is perpendicular to cross product of electric and magnetic field, E bar cross B bar. Next, energy stored in electromagnetic wave oscillation is in the form of both magnetic and electric, so that you have to select third option. So ఏ ఫామ్ లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది, ఎలక్ట్రిక్ మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ రెండు ఫామ్ లోనూ స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. నెక్స్ట్, in an apparatus the electric field was found to oscillate in amplitude 18 volt per meter, then magnitude of oscillation of magnetic field. What is the relation? C equal to E by B. C is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. E value is given 18 volt per meter by B. So B equal to 18 by 3 into 10 power 8 or 6 into 10 power minus 8 Tesla. Use this equation. C equal to E by B. So correct option is second one.